Welcome everybody to Oakville. This is Bronte community. Definitely nice, definitely upcoming. Mesh, welcome. How you doing? Good to see you.
It's great to be back. It's been a minute. We've not been together in a while, but so happy to be here in one of my old stomping grounds. I love this area, and it's amazing to see what's been going on here.
Yeah. So what we wanna showcase today is why this is important, why this is upcoming, who can this particular area be catered to, which is important.
100%.
We will show you the lake, we will show you the yacht club, we will show you what's going on in the neighborhood. So lead the way, my friend.
Let's go. Let's go. So this area has always been kind of not underutilized, but it's one of the last parts of Oakville before we start getting toward Burlington. Has a beautiful waterfront, beautiful lakeside community, and I think now people are starting to find out about that.
100%.
So, I mean, it goes by many names: Bronte, Lakeshore, Bronte West, but I know it as Bronte. Everybody knows it as Bronte, you know?
No, so what I can see, I mean, this community and this area has been around for a long time and definitely has some stamina and quality, but it has been older, right?
Oh, 100%. Like, for those that grew up in this part of town, you know, they know some of the old namesakes like the fire hall. The fire hall used to be a few blocks over. I remember having, by the way, if you're down here, you got to try their chicken wings. Some of the best in all of the city.
Nice.
For sure, for sure. So fire hall is moved. One of the nicest things to look at too is, you know, there is development happening. However, I think it's being very tasteful. You know, they're not just getting rid of the old heritage and feel of the neighborhood.
And they're not in a rush to do so either.
They're not
right?
in a rush because there's a lot of people that reside and live and that call this area home. So, you know, you see behind us the Farm Boy, and you've got a couple of these other things like Rexall's back there. A lot of, like, you know, luxury apartments, and that speaks really highly to the caliber of people that are in the area, you know?
Right, like as you can see, they have been doing a phenomenal job kind of keeping that this particular area so beautiful, right? Like, so lots happening, definitely. Lots happening. So who does this cater to the most, like, at this point?
Listen, you know, this has always been a mature and kind of sophisticated neighborhood. So you have a lot of people that have lived here for a long time that, quite frankly, don't want to leave the neighborhood. So I think it's good to see that, you know, you see a lot of these new potential, you know, condominiums, apartments that are going up now, that, you know, these people that have lived here for such a long time are selling their big homes, they're selling their homes, but they don't want to leave the area because everything's here.
And we want to showcase some of these homes in the area. They're definitely stunning. Towards the end of the video, we were going to drive to a street or an area and showcase exactly what's going on.
So in terms of who's moving here, I go, listen, the best demographic to move here is someone looking for more of a relaxed lifestyle, finer things in life type of lifestyle, and a slower pace of lifestyle. I would definitely say that.
That makes sense,
So,
100%.
So you have access to so many things. I mean, the Go, QEW, so many other things are right at your doorstep.
Right.
But it's not as busy as some of the other areas. Like we talked about, Port Credit has some beautiful new communities. Brightwater is one of them, where
100%.
it's going to be, everything's going to be there, but it's going to be very busy.
Congested, right?
Very
like
congested.
Very,
So
very full, right?
Nothing wrong with that. Also a great community, but for a different caliber, a different style of person, this is also going to be different because you're directly by the water, but I'm going to say a little bit more mature, you know, a little bit of a different clientele that's going to be coming here, you know?
No, 100%. And Oakville, and Oakville has the weight in Toronto GTA. When you speak about Oakville, there's always some kind of, you know, like it has that, you know, luxury presence and has that, you know, feel of, and it's definitely different. And as you can see, definitely the density is coming to Oakville as well, but not as much as in some of these other parts of Toronto GTA, like, you know,
well, it's a simple,
like Vaughan, like
yeah,
Mississauga,
so
or
it's a simple
Brampton.
supply and demand scenario. For a long time, if you notice, it was like maybe a play on words, but you know, Oakville has tried maintaining their status as a town. So if you look at it, it's the town of Oakville, the town of Oakville. Now, that may have to change because, you know, it's a thriving city, but it's really a tale of two different cities because anything south of Upper Middle or anything south of Dundas, okay?
Right.
You have a lot of the older areas, so it's very, very much two different cities. And then we go north of Dundas, hyper developed, right? A lot of new developments, a lot of new homes, which is awesome, but there's a completely different feel to south of Oakville.
Completely different,
right? So, I mean, Oakville's on its way. It's, you know, like you said, it's on the map now. A lot of people are calling Oakville home, and a lot of people want to move here.
Yeah, but they're choosing where to put the density.
You got it.
Right?
You got it.
So it's usually the northern part, but this southern part. So tell us about this particular project here at Luxury Lakeside Living, which is the Bronte Lakeside development. This is the actual site, correct?
This is the actual site. So I've had the pleasure with working with this developer, particularly for a little bit of time. This project is well underway, and what's amazing is they're actually at the capacity where they're breaking ground this week. I'm not sure when people are going to watch this video, but I will tell you, you can see everything's boarded up. This project went very quickly. Very quickly.
And we will be here, just to let you know, like they're gonna be. This is the actual site from that. So is it from that particular street light, obviously?
Yeah. So
at the Bronte and Lakeshore.
Well, that's exactly it. It's going to be on the westernmost point. It's going to be Bronte, and then on the to where we're standing right now, all the way south. So if you can kind of pan into that picture there a little bit, right? If you can take a look over there. Gives you an idea of what the scope of the project is going to be. I think they've modeled this building after the Hazelton Hotel in Toronto, which is ultra boutique, ultra high end. And what I love about it is it's only 6 stories. Okay, so it's 6 stories with rooftop terrace, which means there's not that many people that are going to be living in this building. Right? So those that are living there,
very exclusive.
Very exclusive. You're going to have a high capacity to have end users. So we always talk about that in any development.
Boutique style.
Boutique style. You want to have now, great for investors who can get in, but for the end users it's fantastic because it's going to be more of a community or environment for people who actually live there, which is going to be awesome.
So we can see that you know that the price points are even getting up to $3.9 million here. This is obviously penthouses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing with this builder, and we have seen this happen, is that you can, out of 1 or 2 or 3 units, make one big unit.
Absolutely. So what we find was happening, we sat down with them to talk to them. So, you know, unlike other projects where, you know, 700, 800 square feet would be considered a big condo in Toronto, right? I mean, that's a relatively good size nowadays.
100%, yeah.
But because of the area and because of the history of Bronte, a lot of people moving in here are people that already live in the neighborhood, and they were saying these are too small for us, even outside of penthouse units. So what they've gone is, they've gone back with their architects, and now they're custom building units to fit. So now we have units that are 1,500 square feet to 2,000 plus, because that's more in line with what people in the neighborhood want. So that says a lot when you know, hey, people that want more space want to be here because they're going to live in the building, you know?
But it's interesting to know that people are seeking for more space.
Yes.
And they're definitely interested in that neighborhood, and they want, like, obviously, you know, more space. They necessarily don't want the maintenance, since maybe they're retiring or their lifestyle is changing, right?
Yes.
So let me just pan on the intersection of Bronte and Lakeshore. So this is stunning here. The scope of the project, so it's going to be right here on this corner. Now, how far is the lake from here?
Well, watch yourself before we go. I don't want you getting hit. Now we're going to cross over. So everywhere beside us is the lake. This is not one of those situations where we're like, oh, it's close to the lake and, you know, it's a 15-minute walk. When this building is done, everybody in the building will have direct lake view by the rooftop terrace. There's a huge rooftop common element space for everybody.
Wow.
Now, depending on what unit you've purchased or depending on what exposure you have, you're going to get direct access to view the lake. So that's a beautiful thing. It's a very
100%.
beautiful thing, you know?
So and they have like these, like, you know,
nice little boutique shops.
Boutique shops everywhere alongside of it. A beautiful intersection. It feels right, like, you know what I mean?
Of course.
So this board, the fence here, like everything is coming down, like
you got it. Wherever you see the signs for Bronte,
right,
wherever you see the blacked out fencing, that property all belongs to this building, and that's all going to be taken down.
nice.
Yeah.
So you could probably see the lake from here, but we'll walk to it in a minute.
Yeah.
So as we're walking to the lake here, right, like obviously like there's like restaurants all over the place. I've actually
Sure.
been to this restaurant. They have great food, great patio. So this feels extremely nice, and they kept the heritage of these structures and buildings. So this is nice. This here is one of the new constructions here that had been built a few years ago.
This is the Tides. Fernbook built this years ago. In fact, I was here almost a decade ago when this first opened, selling some other units.
Right.
Cool fact, I don't know if it's still true, but they say that Elton John, famous singer,
Sure.
him and his partner own a penthouse in this building.
No way.
They do, yeah.
Wow.
So it's a very, very cool part of town, got a little bit of history and very quiet, you know? But having said that, when I say quiet, I don't mean it's quiet like there's nothing to do. Right now we've got a bit of a cooler day, the sun's out, but once it gets warmer, this area is buzzing. You would feel like you're at a seaside, you know, like one of those nice seaside villages or towns you go visit with the family.
100%.
This very much is that for Oakville. Everybody comes into Bronte. It's a beautiful walk with the kids, with, you know, so
Like
fantastic location.
people go out of their way to come here. And then if you live here, this is the destination. Exactly.
You got it. You got it. And then obviously we're walking up on the yacht club with all the boats in the harbor, and yeah, it definitely takes you to a different place.
100%. So now, I'm gonna try to capture the distance from that intersection, which is literally, as you can see, that street light. So this is definitely walking distance.
It's not even a 2-minute walk. We've been walking for a little bit, you know, taking our time, and it's pretty quick.
Yeah. So, but this is what you see here. I mean, like this definitely feels like California. You know what I mean? Like it feels right. It is right. They use this particular space, and they try to, you know, obviously give it charm. Like they're you know, different yacht clubs here.
Sure.
There are parks, there are benches. There's even some art. So Bronte Memorial. So this is, it's kind of cool actually. Like you don't get to see a lot of this stuff like everywhere, you know what I mean? Like like if there's history attached to it, you see stuff like this. So
well, also too, like still playing in on what we talked about before, where, you know, if we were in Port Credit right now, understand Port Credit's a very big place, very big harbor, a lot of traffic. This is not Port Credit, but you can tell there's still a lot of activity and action, but it's quieter. So I think moving into this neighborhood now, you know, you're kind of moving in before a lot more people find out about it.
100%.
You know?
Yeah, and we have seen. So yeah, so we have seen that obviously, you know, like when it comes to detached freehold housing and stuff like that, it has been booming for a while, because a lot of these lots in the area are estate lots,
right?
And you know, obviously, you know, bungalows and stuff like that, like side split, back splits and stuff like that. People have been living there for a long time. Plus, a lot of these developers and a lot of these custom home builders have been a part of this for a long time, and they amplify this particular area for so many reasons. One, because you get a big lot.
Of course.
Two, you're near the lake. Three, you can cater to this particular group of buyers and people that will actually buy here and enjoy it. And there's not a lot of turnaround here. Like it's not like a revolving door. It's not like a drive-through community.
Well, you said it earlier when you talked about it. Why is Oakville so coveted, or why are certain neighborhoods in Oakville so coveted? Well, reason being is the barrier to entry. There just isn't enough inventory, right?
Exactly.
There just isn't enough really nice units to go around, and if there are, you have to pay. That's just how it goes.
Yes.
Right? So I think
you're paying a little bit for the exclusivity as well, yeah.
Right. So I think, you know, the town of Oakville, City Hall is woken up to the fact that, hey, we, you know, like every other city, we're growing. We need to add new housing. We need to add some new facilities to attract new energy into the area, because our population is aging as well. And so because of that, if you take a look at the skyline right here, over the next decade, a lot of this is going to change. And the one thing that I know for sure is south of Upper Middle and on Lakeshore, the building code is very different than north, meaning they're not going to have towers or skyscrapers.
Okay.
It has to be lower than a certain number. I want to say 8 stories, but they may have been amended. So that's great. You know, you're not going to worry about these monster condos coming in to take over that view, you know?
Well, that's interesting to know, right? Like we can like further down, like we can see some detached properties, maybe some semis in the inner pocket of this particular first line here. Like we have some townhomes and stuff like that. But then like this is what they're trying to do here, right? Like the low-rise boutique style, keep it very private, keep it very exclusive, keep the luxury going, right? And some of these lots here, these are lakefront lots. Like this is this is incredible. Like this is when you get into serious millions and all of that stuff. So let us just walk all the way to the end. So because there's a lot to see, and it just feels right. Like I mean, we are on a random day here.
Yep. It's a random Monday.
Random Monday. Yep. Not a big deal, but it just feels good. Like I don't feel like I'm in attached to any city here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, 10 minutes away from the bus. No problem.
You got it.
So let me just show you, that's the yacht club. And they also have a sail club here, right? So if if you're interested in stuff like this, I mean, you can be a part of it. And there's nothing better or nothing more comfortable than actually, you know, being a walking distance or short drive to a yacht club or to a sail club. If you're in that space and if you seek interest in that, because I personally cannot see myself, you know, drive 3-4 hours to get to my yacht club or a sail club. Like you lose motivation. Listen, you know what I mean?
I tell you something. It's like, you know, you don't know what's available or possible for you until you have it at your doorstep, right? So, you know, I know here that they do, you know, basic like nautical skills for children. Like there's all these, like, you know, if you have a regular Parks and Rec, any other city in town, you probably have regular courses, but they probably have stuff here. So, hey, you want to learn what water safety looks like? Great. You want to learn how to get on the water? Awesome. So just having that is a fantastic resource, you know?
Fantastic resource. Also, there's a lot of golf courses in the neighborhood. I would like to add to that. The access to the highway, which is the QEW that takes you all the way towards east to downtown Toronto, Gardner, to the airport, and then going west, you get to Niagara Falls probably within, I would say, what, 45 minutes?
Oh, easily. Yeah, this is a great midpoint because, look, if you live in Oakville, this is why Oakville has been so popular for executives and for families. Like, if you work downtown, we're on the Lakeshore line. Within 30 minutes, you're downtown.
And the goal
it runs every 30 minutes.
Yeah, the goal is actually going to downtown.
Exactly. That's what I mean, the Lakeshore Go line, right? So it runs every 30 minutes downtown. Not a problem. You don't have to worry about traffic coming in and out. Plus, you get to come back here. The other thing is, if you work in Hamilton or you work around the Horseshoe, you're right in the center. So you're missing all of that Mississauga traffic on one side, and we're missing all the Hamilton on the other side. So you're right in the perfect middle, you know?
Right. Okay, so we're nearing the end here. I have an idea.
Sure.
Well, first of all, where that police boat is, behind there you could actually see the CN Tower and the Toronto skylines. I want to show you the scenery. This is just beautiful. That's the escarpment hill or mountain or whatever we call it. I'm just going to pan the 360 so you could actually see it. But I have I have an idea. Let's go to one of these coffee shops.
Yes.
And enjoy a beautiful short espresso.
I love it.
And we'll see you there. All right, everyone, we're here at the Marine Tavern right in Bronte neighborhood, across the street from the lake. As you can see, is very vibrant. It's a beautiful sunshine day. And we have the owner here with Mesh. This is Chris. Wilson.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, of course. Chris, how are you? Thanks for doing this.
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
Awesome.
Good.
Awesome. So we were just walking in the neighborhood, talking to our clients a little bit about how beautiful Bronte is. We came across a tavern. Of course, it's had a few names before. You're the current owner. Tell us what you love about this location and what makes Bronte so special.
Well, I think the view out the window is what we love about the location. I mean, you can't beat that. Spectacular in the summer, fun in the winter time. You know, there's nothing like it really from Burlington to Port Credit. So that's kind of the unique location, and the neighborhood is wonderful, getting better all the time. New people moving in, and it's a lot of old people that have been here for years. Not necessarily old people, but people that have been in the neighborhood for a long time.
Yeah.
Just a great sort of a small town feel to it.
So what would you say to anyone who's watching this, who's considering making Bronte their home or moving to the area? Is that something that you would recommend? Is that something that you would say stay away from? Or is that something that you definitely would say, hey, it's the right choice for you?
As a business owner, I would never say stay away, obviously. But,
He has a good point, yeah.
Personally, you know, I live in Hamilton, but I would certainly be more than happy living here, and I certainly would encourage everyone to come live here. It's fantastic. It's close to everything, and beautiful scenery.
We haven't just done this by accident. If you take a look, we're not only in a tavern, but we're in a beautiful British pub. So if you want to be by the water, you want to enjoy everything that this town has to offer, you got to come here because Chris's spot has everything you want. You've got beautiful beers on tap. The menu looked amazing, right?
And there's somebody from the street pulled us in. They're like, "Come on for the fish and chips," right? Like, you know,
That's the old art in the neighborhood that just wants everyone to prosper.
So if you want people to come and enjoy your place here, what are some of the specialties or in-house specials that you think would be great for someone to come try out?
Fish and chips is kind of what we're known for. You know, we sell a ton of that every week. We're just kind of revamping our menu for summer now, but right now in the spring, we do an excellent beef stew, a great pie and mash, just sort of traditional British pub favorites that everybody can get behind.
So you had me at fish and chips.
Yeah,
After
I
that,
know.
the rest
I was
is
gonna say,
all bonus. So one of the things, Ellis, you and I talk about is, hey, you know, there's a project that we're involved with that's a stone throw from here, okay? Bronte Lakeshore, right? Bronte Lakeside. And in that building, 6 stories, boutique-style hotel, a lot of new residents coming in. How important do you think it is for a new building to have these old classic heritage-type buildings on premise? Like, does it keep a level of authenticity? Do you think that it's important 100%. To have it in addition to the new stuff? What do you think?
No, 100%. So I think it is definitely important to have this type of a stamina, and especially in communities like this, people that are obviously, you know, nice, and he's an owner, and he pleasant, welcoming, and stuff like that, and it builds character throughout the years. On top of that, you one of the big features that I've been many times throughout the year, even with my family, is a big huge patio that you have, right? So that's something that's huge, right? Like you're sitting on a patio, great food. If you're into, you know, British style pub kind of atmosphere and stuff like that. But even I've seen families here, including my own family, throughout the years we've been coming here, and having that patio and looking at the lake. Of course. I think that's just like it's like you cannot beat that. It's hard to beat, right?
Definitely hard to beat. Yeah,
hard to beat. So I was just gonna say, so for anyone who's watching this, wanting to and not familiar with what Bronte has to offer, the thing that's really nice about this is the fact that we have new facilities coming in, state of the art, with a lot of, you know, services that you'd probably want, from medical to grocery to transportation, because we're so close to everything. But it hasn't lost its heritage. It still has a lot of the things that make Bronte so special, which is, you know, these existing businesses that have been here for lots of years. So you're not losing that charm. You still have a lot of stuff here. So for that reason, I think it's fantastic. Yeah,
I think so too. So Chris, I would like to thank you so much. Lunch was great. Coffee was amazing.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much, and hope to see you around.
We'll be here. Happy to have you
Chris.
anytime.
Appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Chris.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
So only a couple of streets north of Lakeshore. We're right here where the action is happening with the custom homes, and why some of these projects are very interesting for these future buyers.
100%. Like we talked about last time, the thing about Bronte that's so beautiful, it's not a exclusive condominium market, right? Basically what it is it's neighborhoods. It's existing neighborhoods with families, which is amazing. So you still get this neighborhood feel. I'm sure as we're walking through here, you're gonna see, let's take a quick walk through here. Like, there used to be some old homes, but the majority of the street is turning over, which means the energy of the street is fantastic, you know? You've got a lot of neighbors coming into the area. It's beautiful. So you can see a little bit of the old, a little bit of the new. You see how beautiful these homes are, you know?
Yeah, so majority of the current owners would like to stay in this neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Due to the lake access, due to some of these, you know, pubs and bars and businesses, and just the logistics, what the community can offer. And the future brings nothing but good in this neighborhood, right?
Well, listen, like we said before, it's the best of both worlds. Not only does it still feel very much like a beautiful residential community, and it's really community based, but you have new modern things that are, you can walk there. That's what I love.
Yes.
You can walk to Lakeshore. It's not like you got to drive
100%.
anywhere. Everything's right at your footstep.
Yeah.
You know? So it's great.
Yeah, so we have been speaking to business owners, and you saw Chris in the Marine Tavern here. Like, he was very pleasing, and as an owner and as a person, very open and stuff like that. But this is definitely the area that's it. I'm not gonna say upcoming, because it's already here.
No, it's here.
Right? It's just like another option to the best options we have.
I think what
an alternative, right?
I think what we like to call it's like they're hidden gems. Unless you're from the area, you don't know about the area.
Yes.
But once you're here, you realize, holy moly, there's so much going on here
know.
that I could seriously set down some roots. And these whole areas are like that, you know? And I mean, we drove in here very quickly, but if we were to just walk up for another 5 minutes, we're back to where we started. You know?
Exactly.
So
this is a very, very beautiful, extremely valuable, and definitely will keep growing. And people are investing, and they're staying in these neighborhood, and in this particular neighborhood for a reason. So I think we can wrap it up by here.
Yep.
We are at Jennings, Crescent, and Jones, which is literally you can see the lake. You can see the lake from here. It's exactly right there. It's walking distance, and I think it's definitely something that you could investigate yourself. But if you have any further questions in this particular neighborhood, or the future projects that are coming, please give us a shout. This is Mesh and Alice. We're here to help you, answer all your questions, and see you next time.
We'll see you again.